Hey there, it's Liz Cortez, and I am so excited that you are joining us here today for my C1 University Class 7 Crucial Tips for Writing Landing Page Copy That Converts. And I hope that you did your homework from the other time that I taught. So if you did, go ahead, and I know we have a couple panelists, so raise your hand if you did the homework, and I can see your hand. If you didn't do it, that's okay. Maybe schedule some time to go back, watch that training. There was a lot of content that I went over on the training that I did before, which was all about your free offer. But don't worry, if you didn't do it, that's okay. You're going to learn a lot here today. You're going to get value, and we're actually going to do some work because this is a workshop. So it's a time for you to focus on your business and to build your free offer or work on that landing page copy. So before I jump in and share a cool story to get us started, I just want to pray for everyone. So dear Heavenly Father, I just thank you so much for today. I thank you for the ladies that showed up here live. I thank you for the ladies that are going to be watching this replay. You know what is going on in each and every one of their lives and their business and personally and their relationships with their finances, God. And I just pray that through this training, that I will share with them exactly what you want me to share with them, and that they'll receive, and that they'll be coachable and just hear nuggets from you, from me, from just to get ideas from what I'm about to present to them. So God, I just lift up their businesses and pray for financial abundance, that you will send them those perfect clients for them to work with, that they are going to be able to share your love and just the gifts and talent that you've given to these ladies. So God, thank you so much that you are with us and you hear our prayers. And I'll say pray in Jesus' name. Amen. Okay, great. So I'm going to go ahead and share my screen right now. It's going to get a little crazy for a second. Oh, it got a little crazy. Just bear with me. There we go. Now you can see everything. Oop. There it is. Okay, great. So again, my name is Liz Cortez, and I oversee and help with the marketing. So I am your go-to person for marketing if you're a member of CWIN. And if you're not a member of CWIN, then you should totally be a member of CWIN, and you can connect with Rebecca or myself if you want to hear more about membership. But this is what we're focusing on today. My husband and I, we own Rebel Fish Local, and we're out here in San Diego, California. And if you have any questions or anything, you can always reach out to us. This is our business phone number down there on the bottom. And we've been helping businesses grow for many years. My husband's background is in the restaurant industry, and he's had a bunch of different businesses that he's built up and sold. And then my background started in the fitness industry, and we owned some gyms, and then I moved to my business online, and then God moved us to open an agency. And so it's really great that we are able to use our gifts and talents in a different way than what we did for most of our career life. We moved and God shifted our gears, but we're able to help support ministries and businesses and churches to grow. And some of those we are paying clients. Some of them are super discounted because we just really want to help other businesses, churches, and ministries grow so that they can build the kingdom more. And so I'm just so excited that you are here live. I'm so excited for those of you who are watching the replay of this. And I just know that you are going to learn lots today. And it's we're going to be taking some action, which I know Rebecca is always saying. We're going to take action with our planners, and so we can grow our business. So this is what we'll be covering over the next 90 minutes, and this is what you're going to learn. So first, you're going to learn 7 crucial tips for writing landing page copy that converts, and you're going to also learn from 3 hot seats. And so I'm really excited that we have 3 brave panelists that are coming on, and we're going to take a look at their free offers or their landing pages, or maybe we're going to talk about some of the ideas that they've come up with while being on this training. So I'm going to give feedback and do a little bit of coaching there. Third, you are going to learn how to create a powerfully curiosity building headline that causes your ideal client to opt in. You are also going to learn how to turn those 5 features of your free offer into a benefit statement so that your ideal client can say, yes, I want that from you. And then finally, you will learn how to choose which button text will connect with your ideal client. So right now, if any of these words I used kind of were unclear, there's some jargon in here like landing page or copy, or I'm just gonna show you kind of what that means, and we'll get more into identifying and just defining each of these words so it makes sense to you, so that you can feel really confident when it comes to giving something free away online and helping out your ideal client. So let's just jump right in here to 7 crucial tips for landing page copy that converts. Okay, so the number 1 tip and strategy that you want to have is have customer testimonials. And so I'll be showing you some more examples a little bit later. So for now, you can just write down these 7 strategies, and then later on, I'll be showing you online in real time of what these examples are. But having customer testimonials is really important. We talked a lot about this at the last C1 University that I taught in February. And so if you want to learn more about the reviews and how to get customer testimonials and all those strategies, we have a free class you can watch and some paid ones too. So just connect with me on social media and we can get you access to that so you can start getting customer testimonials. But for example, here's a great testimonial that I got from a C1 member last week, and testimonials are powerful. So one of them, this one was from Martina, and she had just come to C1. I just really felt led to help her with doing a little strategy session because she was so frustrated with Facebook, and she had kind of set up some things incorrectly, which is so easy to do, and she was just really frustrated. So she wrote me this email right after. She first wrote us a review on Facebook, and then she sent me another email. So I got 2 testimonials from her. So I'm able to use this in our marketing. But she said, thank you again for your kind and encouraging help with Facebook. You have so helped me to start climbing a mountain that seems so insurmountable. You have no idea. I felt so inept. And even if I read up on the info, they changed a bunch of their stuff over the past months while I wasn't looking. And I know that you will be such an encouragement to your dad. So she knew my dad's coming out here in a month. And I commend you and Robert for opening up your home and your heart and business to him. I barely know you, but I can tell your heart is full of love for the Lord. I'm going to make steps forward and look forward to seeing you soon. So you see how these testimonials are really powerful. So let's say I have a free offer that is focused on helping you get set up on Facebook. This would be a great testimonial just to pop up on a page so that my potential customer that I want to work with can get related and really see who I've helped. So that's an example of 1. Number 2 is you want to focus on benefits, not the product or service. So I thought this was a great picture to illustrate what's the difference between a feature or a benefit. So I know in the business classes that I took in high school, I took a couple in college, but in high school, I remember us doing exercises on features and benefits. And sometimes it is kind of tough to come up with these because our minds probably typically go to more of those features. For example, like with this umbrella, it's unbreakable. It's made with cloth, it's wood. So, but you want to be benefits focused because people purchase from you because they see themselves using your product or service that you're selling. So same thing when you give them a free gift, they will want your free gift when they can see themselves in the benefits that they're going to receive. So like this umbrella, it will protect you from the sun, it will protect you from the rain. So we'll be getting more into brainstorming different ideas for your benefits and turning your features into benefits a little bit later. So that's number 2. Number 3 is the headline is the number 1 thing a customer pays attention to. So when a customer goes to a free offer page, so you can see right here, the number 1 headline analyzer. pretty clear. That's a headline. And so that is a cool like little tool that I found, and it analyzes your headline. So you can type in and see if your headline is effective or not according to their analyzing software. So when you look at this, and typically the first thing that your eye is going to go to is the headline. And that's the same thing that your customer is going to go to. The second thing is the subheadline. So I know it's kind of small in this picture here. And so this is the headline, see where my mouse is. And then this down here is the subheadline, which is kind of small on my screen, but I'll just take you guys to the bigger view of this a little bit later. Then what they look at next is the photo. So this one just has a little logo, a little thing there. Then they go to the call to action. So here's a call to action button right here. So CTA stands for call to action. So this button right here says analyze now. And then this button up here is a second button. It says sign up free now. So that's very clear. You know what you're getting. It's very simple, very clear. So after that, customers may or may not pay attention to the main section headline. So let's say you had more copy. When I say copy, that means that's the text on the page. So it's influential writing text that causes your potential customer to take an action. So every time I say copy, that's what I'm talking about. It's just the words that are on this page here. And so they may not read the main subject headlines, your bullet points, if you have short paragraphs, image captions, if you have more pictures on the page. A lot of times they're really skimming because we just get so much information coming in at us all the time. And so people just quickly go see, hey, is this for me or not? And if they don't think it's related to them, then they move on. So that's number 3. Number 4 is you got to keep it super simple. So here's another example of a free offer opt-in. MailChimp, this is what Rebecca uses for her email marketing. And it says, where does your eye go to first? For some of us, it might have gone to the picture. For some of us, it might have gone straight to the words. I know mine went straight to easy email newsletters. That sounds pretty cool. Sign up for free. So that's pretty much where I'm looking. So on this page here, they actually have 2 opt-ins like that other one. There's one right here, the call to action button, sign up free. And then they have an orange one down here, sign up free. And then this is the subtext. Okay, so that's where you typically are going to look. You first look over here. So it's very simple, really easy to read and understand. You know exactly what you're signing up for. Okay, number 5, use a conversational writing style in first person. So we want to review what first person is. Those are using words like I, we, me, us, my, mine, ours, stuff like that. This is examples of second person and third person. So when writing copy online or even on your website or sometimes like on social media posts, using first person is what always works the best. Number 6, use numbers to prove your point. So numbers are so powerful. Here's some examples of some different headlines that use numbers to prove your point. 40 headlines, the good, the bad, and the ugly. That's one. Then 7 ways to make money while waiting for disability benefits. A little mistake that costs a farmer $3,000 a year. Lose 8 pounds in 6 weeks. Now, if you have a weight loss business, little caveat here, weight loss, you just really have to make sure that what you're saying is accurate. Web pages, social media, Facebook ads, all of that are very, very strict when it comes to the health and wellness areas. And so when I first was researching online, I saw some of these weight loss ones that were saying lose 8 pounds in 2 weeks. That would probably, you could get in trouble if you're making claims like that. So just make sure that what you're saying is reasonable and real. kind of for the average person. So lose 8 pounds in 6 weeks, that should be pretty good. But you always have to see. There's people that are watching out and making sure that what you're claiming, what you're saying online is actually accurate. So another one, lack time. Here are 4 convenient ways to keep your dog fit. And finally, 10 different types of girlfriends. Which one are you? So numbers to prove your point. You can see that just having a number there makes a big difference. And I love it that this month for Dr. Melody's class, she used a number. I believe she used the 5 keys. And so that was really cool to see her use a number. And if you can tell, I used a number in my class for today. I was talking about 7. I used 7. And then in my class that I taught the first week of the month, I also used 7 in that one as well. And so no reason, 7's a great number, 3, 5, 10, 40 is kind of a lot. But you want to make things simple there. Okay, then the final one, number 7, split test your copy. So as you develop your landing page copy, so just to review, guys, like you typically would create your free offer. So that's why in the class before I said, hey, create your free offer, do research on at least 3 other businesses or ministries or churches that are kind of like yours, just to get some ideas and look and see what is their headline. Here's the headline right here. What does their button text say? What are they promoting? Because if they have it up on their website, it's probably making a big difference, or else they would change it and put something else out. So do your research and go and look things up and just brainstorm ideas of headlines and everything. So here's an example of split testing. So it does help. So if you can see what's being split tested, it's not the picture. It has the same picture on both places. So this red picture of the book is the same over here. What is being split tested is not the subtext, which is right here, because that's the same over here. The little review, that's the same here, and it's the same over here. And then this final text down here, that's the same in both spots. Even the button is the same. So you can see everything is the same. So when it comes to split testing, you only want to change one thing. And so what they chose is just to take a look at the headline. So this is the headline, and I just took this screenshot from online. I'm not going to actually go in. I'm sure you could probably think which one made the best. I actually didn't even look at the whole blog post. I just was like, oh, this is a great picture, and it made sense pretty quick. So I actually don't know which one increased boosted response by 307%. But if I'm looking at this, I'm more led to this one. That one has too much text, but I don't know which one is the one that actually won here. But this is an example of split testing. Split testing is a pretty advanced strategy. So to do split testing, if you want to know more about that, you can definitely reach out to me. But that's more advanced, like after you've made some free offers and you're ready to do some split testing and buy software that allows you to do split testing. So which that kind of leads me into some softwares. Maybe I'll just go over there right now. My screen got all crazy for a second. Oh wait, wrong screen. There we go. Oh yeah, I see my other panelist came over onto the call. So awesome. I'm glad all 3 panelists are here. Okay, great. So some software. So for example, what you guys saw me use when you guys signed up for this class is you saw me use 22 Social. Okay, so that's one piece of software that allows, so this is what the back end of it looks like. It allows you to make a landing page. So for you guys, when you first signed up, you saw this page right here. So this is what it looked like for you. And so this is an example of a landing page. So you can say, take a look on here. Here's my headline: network marketers, direct sellers, coaches, speakers, and local business owners. Here's the subtext: 7 crucial tips for writing landing page copy that converts. Here's the date. It's going to be right here on this page. So this is where you guys went. I did a little bit extra for this offer here by adding some branding in, and added the C1 University branding that Rebecca gave me. And I added a little video. So all this stuff is extra fluff. You don't have to have all this on here. Like, there's a lot of different, just really simple examples. And then down here, this is where I go into features, the feature and benefits section. And the goal is that people click here to get this class. And so this was a paid class, which you can do free offers or you can do paid classes, either one. You're still going to be following everything that I shared with you today. So let's go back over here. So when you guys got the email registration, said, hey, thanks for signing up for this class. Everyone got an email immediately right after you paid for this class. Then you also got another email that came an hour ago to remind you. I don't even know if you guys remember that you got a reminder email, but that's what you, every time that you get emails, typically they're using types of software like this. So the one that we use typically with our clients is called Active Campaign. And one that I used to use when I was first getting started that I think is just great if you're making less than 100,000 a year. It's just really simple to use Aweber. Right here, when I went to Aweber, look at this. They have opt-ins. Look, here's a headline: grab 30 plus free email templates and a free course today. Here's the sub-headline: learn tips and tricks to write outstanding emails and get more opens and clicks. This one's a little fancier because there's 2 buttons here, but I'll click no thanks. So here is another example of them opting in. Stuck in the friend zone? Turn passive prospects into loyal customers with our easy to use email marketing automation. Here's your information. Find out today. 30-day free trial. So that's another example of one. So Active Campaign, yeah, there's their button. Try it for free. And then down here, finally, marketing automation that's powerful and easy to use. So anytime that you're doing any email marketing, you have to have one of these, and it's called a CRM. And the CRM is just what holds all your emails, allows you to send multiple emails out when someone types in their name and their email address there. Okay, so this is the one that Rebecca uses with C1. And you can see what stands out to you here, right here. Build your brand, sell more stuff. Sign up free. Really simple. Then, remember the part that I said that some people read this stuff, some people don't, is some people will actually go click right away, say, yeah, I wanted to do that. I'm going to sign up right now. But then some people will scroll down here and they'll actually read or watch the little video because they want to learn more information. So sometimes you just have to test and see, what does your potential customers want? Do they like to research? Are they a little more analytical? Do they want to read a little bit more about what you have to offer for free? Do they want to see credibility like this? So this one is pretty long for their free offer. And then again, here's their button down here and there's their button up there so that you can opt in and grab that. So just to review, when you're doing email marketing online, you have to have an email, a CRM, a place where your emails can live and where you can send emails to those people that sign up. Another great thing to have anytime that you are doing any business online is to have a PayPal. A PayPal is just a really quick payment processor that allows you to send a payment link. This is what we use for C1 with the monthly membership dues that come in. It goes through PayPal. When you guys purchase the class for C1U, that went through PayPal as well. And so it's just an easy way to do payment processing. And so I just recommend that if you want to do business, you need to be prepared for it. So I remember this day I helped out a friend who was a stretch instructor at a gym, and she got out of the yoga world and she got really involved in ministry, but she felt God was wanting her to go back into teaching stretch classes again. So she would teach these classes and she would say, "Oh, well, give me a donation." And so I met, and so for her, she was really struggling. This was a few years ago, and she just was like, I'm struggling. Like, people most of the time just don't give me any money when I go teach. Like, it's a donation. And I was like, well, just because something's a donation doesn't mean that they're going to be giving you money. Why don't you have just a class payment? Like, someone could buy classes for maybe a 10-pack or a 5-pack, or just a one-time drop-in fee when they come to your studio. Because when you say donation, some people may have a dollar. Some people see donation as free. And so it really helps. So when I helped her to make some PayPal links, so she had a payment link for, I think, a 10-pack, a 5-pack, and a one-time pass. And then she had some links for one-on-one sessions. Her business grew so much because she had the link. She was prepared to accept payment, and she did not like technology and just that fear of asking for them to give her money get hold her back anymore. So that was really cool with that. Another great tool, you guys can go to rebelfishlocal.com. It's called in /22 social. I don't know if you guys can see that, but it's rebelfishlocal.com/22 in the word social. So 22 social is the app that I used to, like I said a little earlier, to make this class. So the way that you signed up for it and paid for it, and the way that you're watching it right now, that was done with this app, this company. They're down in San Diego. It's another Christian-owned business. Renee is a Christian, and this is Andrew down here, but they're down in San Diego, and I really liked using this app. It really helped to simplify online marketing, like they say here in their big giant headline, and it's allowed me to not have to do the fancy like online marketing stuff. Like when I first learned online marketing, I learned all the fancy stuff because that's all that was out there. There weren't these simple tools. And so 22 Social has just helped me to simplify our marketing that's online. Yeah, I still know how to do all the fancy ones, and I know how to like tell our developer how to make really fancy opt-in pages that are custom and coded and all of that. But when I want to just log in and do something myself without having to hire someone, I like to use this app. So they do a free training once a week on online marketing, and it's here on this page, and it's really, really great. I really like this tool. Okay, another tool that you can use to set up your offer online is called ClickFunnels. So this is a big one. So ClickFunnels, you can create sales pages to sell something. You can make little mini websites. You can have shopping carts. You can connect your autoresponder. There's a cute little video right here. And so if you want to learn more about ClickFunnels, and maybe this is going to be lined up with what you're wanting to do, then this is a great one to use. We set up clients with here. So you can see on here, like there's emails. So this is an example of a sales page. So it's really long. It's going over testimonials, keeps saying 14 days. So I hope that the stuff that I taught you earlier, you're starting to see and be aware of headlines, copy of these words, and the words that are being used, bullet points, videos, testimonials, what's being used to cause someone to take an action, which in this case, it's a 14-day free trial. Okay, the third one is lead pages. So lead pages, now all of these that I just talked about, they all have different price points. But like 22 Social starts out at $30 per month. And then ClickFunnels, I believe, is $100 a month. And lead pages, I believe, is also $30 per month. So I encourage you, do some research, go and see which ones are going to be the best for your business. You're a business owner, you make your decisions, and we have to all do research and figure out which one's going to be best. So because there's so many that are out there, these three, we use these with our clients like on a weekly basis. And so these three I really like a lot, and they're easy to use, and they have just different levels on what you can do yourself and keep it simple, or what you can do online. So you can see here what's the headline right here, the #1 landing page builder. Try it now, see a demo. So I hope that you're starting to just pay attention more to the text. Like there's more credibility. All these people featured them or video. Okay. Let's see. I'm gonna check in. Let me stop sharing my screen. How are you guys doing, my panelists? Everyone else that's watching on the 22 social page, I can't see you, but my panelists, I can see you. You guys can't see my panelists, but I can see them, and they are engaged and smiling. So I'm really, really thankful that our panelists are here today, and I am I'm really excited to bring them on. But before I bring them on, I just want to take a little bit of time to do a little bit of workshopping. And so I want you guys to take out a pen and a piece of paper, take it out. We're gonna do a little bit of workshopping, kind of brain dump from all this information that I had. Now, for my panelists, do you guys have any questions or anything you want me to clarify on first? You can just unmute yourself if you have any. If you don't, that's okay. You guys are good? Okay, they're shaking their heads. Yes and no, they're good. Okay, great. So what we're gonna do right now is we're gonna just do a little brainstorming on some headline ideas. So if you came to this class and you did your research on like top 3 businesses that you really, or ministries or churches that you really admire, and you wrote down, okay, what headlines are they using? What are they doing? You could use this time now to go do your research, or if you have some ideas, we're going to take 3 minutes to just write down your ideas. I want you to make a list of headline ideas for your free offer. So think about the free offer that you're planning on making. Maybe you made one. Maybe you have an old free offer that you created. Maybe you have a new one. But if you don't have a headline yet, just make some ideas of headlines using those tips that I just gave you. And this is the first step of creating a powerfully curiosity building headline that causes your ideal client to opt in. So let's take 3 minutes. I'm going to set a timer and let's brainstorm on that. I feel like I'm Rebecca playing nice quiet music. You guys hear it in my microphone? Okay, I'll let you guys stay focused. Okay, guys, 3 minutes went by so quick. So I hope that you were able to make some lists of headlines. I'll be bringing my panelists on a little bit later, and so we'll hear maybe some of their headlines, what their ideas are. So just remember, it's a process. You just do one little piece at a time. So just to remind you, the process, what you do first when creating a free offer is you first create your free offer. Get ideas by researching other businesses, churches, ministries, Facebook page or website, people that you admire in your industry. Go look to see what they're doing. Get some ideas. And then you just need to spend some time with God or just on your own, somewhere that you're really creative, and make a list of ideas of free offers. And then once you have your idea for your free offer, then it's time to make it. So you make your PDF free offer or you make your video free offer, whatever you want. You just make that thing. And then it comes to this point, which is what is that headline going to be on your landing page, that little mini website where someone is going to be able to give you their email address in exchange for your free offer. So this is going to allow you to list build. It's going to allow you to start to build that relationship with your ideal clients. It's going to weed out those people that aren't your ideal clients, that you don't want to work with, who aren't ready to hire you eventually. Because we don't want to work with people all the time that just want free stuff. There's so many people out there that just want free things. And you want to get into those perfect clients that are going to pay you what you're worth, and that you're going to be able to help them with their business, their ministry, their church, with their health. And so, yeah, okay. Now let's go on to the next little break. So after you have your list of headline ideas, now your headline, it could be different than your free offer name. So sometimes it's the same. That might be a question you might be having. Well, can I just use my headline as the same name as my free offer? Sometimes, yeah, that works, but sometimes it's not. For the example that I showed you, my headline wasn't my free offer name. It wasn't free. This is a paid class. My C1 class, I started off with kind of who is this class for? A big reason of why I chose to do that is because I had some people say, well, I don't think this is for me. I'm a network marketer, or I don't think this is for me. I'm a speaker. Oh, I don't do business online. I don't think this is for me. And so when I kept hearing that, I was like, hey, heck no, this is for you. Like, this is going to make a huge difference for your business, your ministry, and so that you can have better systems so you can work with more potential clients. And so I actually went in as I was getting feedback on my page, and I made changes to the page so that when more people went there, I no longer got those questions anymore. No one said, oh, this isn't for me, like, because I kind of had them all covered, except for once today. Someone did make a little comment, but her business was very specific, and yeah, she's right. That was not in that first headline there. But I had all the other types of C1 members in that headline, and so it helped them to say, hey, yeah, this is for me, and to see them in using this class today. So anyway, what we're going to do now is we're going to take another 3 minutes, and we're going to make a list of headline ideas for your free offer. So remember, this could be the same, but most likely it's going to be a little different, sharing about your free offer in a little different way. So this is the first step of how to create a powerfully curiosity building. Oh wait, this is the same one we just did. Oh my goodness. We're on this one now. Take 3 minutes and make a list of your free offer benefits. So in the next 3 minutes, I just want you to write out as many benefits of your free offer that you can think of. If you do not have a free offer yet, I want you to imagine your ideal client, and I want you just to write a list of what are they struggling with? What are ideas that you could help them overcome that they may be struggling with, that you could deliver to them in a free offer? And so if you don't have a free offer yet, don't worry. I want you to still be brainstorming, get those ideas out, write as many as you can. And everyone else that does have a free offer or has an old free offer that you just want to maybe tweak or change a little bit, I want you to try to get to 5 to 10 benefits and just get those down. So my goal is that you will turn those 5 features, if you accidentally wrote a feature down, into a benefit statement. And that is perfect for your ideal client that's going to say, yes, I want that. And so, panelists, we will be going over maybe this, if this is what you need support with when it comes on time for the hot seat time. So let's just take another 3 minutes right now and let's go. Okay, guys, 3 minutes goes by so quick. So I really hope that you took those 3 minutes to do this little workshopping and take some time to make your offer benefits and just list those out. I pray that you just got a bunch of really great ideas, and nothing's permanent. What you wrote down are just ideas, and next is to flesh them out and see which ones are going to work and for your ideal client. And but it all starts with you just taking that first step and trying it and doing it and writing and just trusting that you are creative. You do know what your ideal client wants because you've worked with them before. You know their pain points. You know what they struggle with. You know what keeps them up at night. You know what they care about. And so when you are thinking about your ideal client, just keep those in mind because that is what is going to help you turn if any of those bullet points that you wrote down are kind of more feature based, kind of like if you remember that umbrella, if they're more based on a feature of the product that you're offering or the free offer, you'll be able to turn those into a benefit. So I'm sure you guys are so excited. Who are our hot seat people? Our hot seats today, I'm so thankful that they all agreed to come on. And this is Dr. Melody. We're going to be having her come on first. And Tiffany is going to come on second. And then we still have time. We'll bring on Rebecca. And so I'm just really excited. Hot seats, I've done them so many different ways. And I encourage you guys to try this out too. So if you're ever doing any group coaching or any group training, it is really just great to reach out to your group and see if anyone wants to be on the hot seat and come on and just be trained or brainstorm live or coach or whatever. And it just makes it kind of fun just to break things up. And so I am just really excited to have you guys be on the hot seat, and this is going to be really fun. And I'm going to bring on our first guest. Stop sharing. So you can go ahead and unmute yourself, Dr. Melody.
All right, hi.
Yay, and we can see you and hear you.
Okay, perfect. There's construction going on behind me too, so I'm going to try to mute myself as much as possible so you don't have to hear that.
No problem. I have airplanes flying over me here in Point Loma, so I can't really even hear anything. What about the other panelists? Can you guys really hear it?
Oh, good. Oh my gosh, it's like saws and crazy stuff going on out there.
You look beautiful too.
Thank you, darling. So do you. Absolutely.
Awesome. So cool. So I just want to bring you on here, for like probably about 10 minutes and or so, but I'm here just to answer your questions. I know you were working with your business coach earlier today, actually on free offer. So this is so perfect. So I'm excited to hear, what is your free offer? Maybe just start off with what is it? Is it a list PDF? Is it a video? What type of free offer it is? Maybe tell us the name of your free offer, and then share with us if you got to the headline or any of those bullet points, and I can give you some feedback with that.
Okay, sounds good. So originally it was a checklist PDF. And when we started talking about it earlier, we ended up kind of deciding that we wanted it to be like a little bit juicier and have a little bit more content to it. So I definitely, welcome your input on that as well. I know that initially the goal is that it's something that's easily digestible. But what we ended up with was we took that PDF checklist that was called the Christian Women's 7-Day Detox, Cleansing Mind, Body, and Spirit. And that was a one-page PDF checklist. And we've incorporated that into what we're calling the Christian Women's Empowerment and Healing Toolkit. And so then it's actually going to be still a digital download, a digital product of this toolkit of things, which has five elements in there. And so it's got the detox checklist in there. It's got a 30-day weight loss and meal planning resources in there. It's got a report about permanent weight loss, a spiritual aspect to weight loss. Then it's got some different Bible verses and a little Bible study about health, and then some motivational audios. And so the title, again, what we currently have is called the Christian Women's Empowerment and Healing Toolkit. That's the name of the opt-in itself. And then when you were talking about the, should the headline be the same as the opt-in? Sometimes yes, sometimes no. I would definitely love help on that, because I think maybe I don't know if that's like juicy enough to be its own title. Otherwise, the headline I was playing around with, the few options that I came up with, they're kind of long. And so anyway, I know that headlines, you want them to be like, grab your attention and be short and snazzy. And so one of the ones I had was everything you need to gain clarity, focus, and get results. in your health, wellness, and weight loss journey. So I don't know if that's too long, but that was that. We could always, cut some words out of there. And then the other one I had was get consistent health, wellness, and weight loss results and how to gain permanent success while deepening your connection to Christ. So again, that's another long one, but that's all I have. And then I have all the different benefits.
Well, awesome. Well, great job for doing the work and meeting with your coach and just really spending the time to think about it. And yeah, things will come together, especially there's never been a time that I made a landing page and didn't change something on it.
Sure.
So you'll change it as you see people opting in. One thing I didn't share is you want at least 100 people to opt in on your page to really see if it is effective and if they are eventually leading to where you want them to go, which I'm sure is a paid program, coaching call with you, something like that. So
okay.
Don't get frustrated for anyone that puts up their free offer up online and you're like, why are people opting in? Why did these people opt in, but then they didn't do the action steps? That's normal. Most people will opt in and they won't read what you did. They won't do any of it, especially when it's free. Some feedback for you is this is a lot. It's a lot. And this is totally, I don't know about the other panelists, but doesn't this sound like something you would buy? Like in charge for all of this hard work you put together? I mean, the health industry, like I've played around with different price points, but I mean, this definitely sounds like you get 30 days in the report and Bible study and audios. And you said 5 different elements. It kind of sounds more like a paid program personally than a free one. What made you want to go free versus paid?
Maybe just so that the value is higher and that they're getting to know me in like multiple different ways. Because in the end, it is a more personal coaching thing. So we kind of wanted it to be, I don't know, more robust to build the relationship a little bit more or get them to get a feel of me maybe quicker. I don't know, but I see what you're saying. And I had toyed with the thought of, since this is a lot, what if it was, and this is getting a little bit more high tech, but what if it was the paid upsell offer, so like maybe one of those items could be the free offer, say the checklist or the audios or something. And then there was an upsell opportunity to get the whole toolkit. So that might be another option if you're thinking that might be more viable.
That would be great as an upsell opt-in or on there. So for those of you that don't know what we're talking about, a lot of times you might notice maybe you buy a book. So I just bought, I don't know if I want to tell you what book I just bought. Is everyone married on here? I told Rebecca what book we just bought. I met a Christian podcast that's the One Extraordinary Marriage podcast. And so they are Christians here in San Diego. And I bought one of their books that was on conversational starters. But what had led me there is I heard from the podcast they had this 7-day challenge. And I was like, oh, that sounds like a cool challenge. And my husband's like, yeah, I want to do that challenge. So I go to opt in for their 7-day challenge. I see smiley faces in the chat. So I go to opt into that. And then when I opted in for their free 7-day challenge, immediately it offered a paid thing for, I don't know, $7.99 or $9.99, something like that. And it was a book on an ebook on conversational starters, kind of just 101 questions to ask your spouse. And so that's what we're talking about when Dr. Melody is saying, hey, like I could have something free, but then there's an upsell right away. So in this case, it was a pop-up on the screen that said, hey, if you're doing the challenge, like this is going to help you guys become more intimate and get to know each other. So that's what she's talking about. And I think that's a great idea. I think definitely having like a number is really, really important to have in your headline. I think that this definitely sounds like a paid program. I would really encourage you to charge for this. And I love your idea of choosing one of these, and that's the free offer. But it's going to take you some testing, because I know that you've been kind of shifting your audience and who you work with, and you've worked with some women in a certain area. Now you're kind of changing and more life coaching and stuff like that. The sun is going down and my light is changing. We scooch over here. And so I think that's going to be really good. But does that answer your question? Does that give you a little more clarity? You'll have to push on mute again.
Yes. Yeah, it totally does. And then, so given everything that I just said and the 5 different elements that were included in the toolkit, if I were to do an upsell, do you have any recommendations on that? I know that, you know, there is a lot of talk out there. You know, some people say like never more than, you know, $17, or some things are like you can see upsells as high as a few $100s even on an upsell. So any thoughts on that?
Yeah, it really has to depends on your ideal client. So it's kind of hard. I don't know who your specific ideal client is, and so I don't know what that would be. But I do know that you do have a client here that's one of our panelists. And so, what about our panelists? Of everything that Dr. Melody just shared, like how much would you pay for something like that? You can just unmute yourself.
Oh, I appreciate that.
I definitely would pay. I think the amount that was said before, I think anything under $20, you know, $19. If anything's like that, I'm like, okay, I can do that. And I'd be willing to pay up to that, because I think it's just a mental thing. You know, the ATMs shoot out $20 bills. So if it's under 20, it's kind of a limit there. So, you know, absolutely. Like, I think that's a fantastic thing. And you know, I think most people are willing to take a chance with, you know, $20 on something.
And what about you, Rebecca?
Yeah, I think the same thing, under $20. I think when, you know, putting people kind of through your funnel, if you kind of woo them in with little bits at a time and kind of increase the pricing. So, I mean, it was easy for you to spend the $7, right, Liz, on the thing. It's like, oh, $7, yeah, I'll do that. And so I think
I'm in their monthly membership, and I pay them $19 a month.
Right. And so, yeah, so I think starting out, you know, you've got the freebie and then something low cost, and then you kind of move on along through the process. So if it was something that you were willing to give away for free, then maybe charge $7 or something like that. And then that leap to the $19 or whatever the membership was isn't a big leap from there, because you're getting the value and you're learning more about them.
Can I also jump back in really quick? I love the word toolkit. To me, that sounds like, okay, it's going to be laid out. It's going to be simple. I'll have everything I need from A to Z. So I think like the word toolkit, in fact, I wrote that down when you were talking, because I'm like, that's fantastic. I love it. It draws me in and makes me feel like, okay, I'm going to have exactly what I need, no more, no less, and I'll be good in this area.
Awesome. That's great. Great feedback.
Yeah,
Well,
thank you.
So
Thank you, guys.
Dr. Melody, for coming on the hot seat. And let's see, you ready to go next, Tiffany?
She's muted.
Oh, you're so muted. Oh, Tiffany, we can't hear you. You're still muted. Are you telling me that your microphone doesn't work anymore suddenly? Just kidding.
You know what?
Okay,
I was just saying that you're so amazing and I just love it. So no, I was saying I was laughing at the pictures of 3 of us because they have these professional pictures and I'm with a rhino. So
I just took them from Facebook.
I know. I'm working on the whole professional picture thing. So yeah, you know, and again, I wrote down the word toolkit because I'm just brainstorming as we're going along too. Some of the things that for my freebie I had been thinking about is, I mean, I guess I should say what I do.
Yeah. Tell us, you know, who's your market, who's your ideal customer or client you want to work with, and share maybe your idea for your free offer, since you're more in that stage.
Yeah,
very beginning stages. So when I chose everyone here, I chose everyone at a different spot because I knew that people watching this replay are on different spots. And so I wanted to make sure we had examples of kind of more advanced or just getting started or where they are. And so go ahead, share your free offer idea, and then we'll give you feedback on that.
Sure. My company is actually a nonprofit. It's called HR Ministry Solutions. And I basically do HR consulting per se for churches and ministries very specifically. There's a lot of organizations out there that do it in general, but there's a lot of specific things to churches, and a lot of churches don't think about HR. It sounds very corporate, but honestly, the bottom line is it ties into staff wellness, staff burnout, staff hurt, all that lovely stuff with it. So my ideal client is actually not going to be your big mega church. It's going to be a lot of smaller churches that are either starting out or in the kind of 300 to 700 people range. And they kind of have to be teachable, because I've run into a lot of pastors who are like, okay, I don't need all that. All I need you to give me is a handbook, and that's all I need. I don't want anything else. And part of it is they don't know what they don't know, and that's the biggest drawback with it. So anyways, my free stuff that I've been brainstorming, I've actually been brainstorming for about a week on this anyways, is one of the things was the top 10 interview questions. I always get that question from pastors, oh, what should I ask in an interview? A lot of times they tend not to ask questions and do like 90% of the talking. So I've, found some really good interview questions that work really well in that. And some of the other pieces that I was going to do, but I'm actually now thinking toolbox for an upsell in it, was like the 5 core job descriptions that you would need, like pastor, executive pastor, children's, youth, music, in that. Again, some of this I don't know that they're going to go, oh, job descriptions, that's so exciting. So I'm trying to find something that'll lure them more. 7 ways to detox your staff. Most pastors, even if they won't admit it out loud, there's some sort of staff pain point going on. People are gossiping, someone who's not doing their work, someone who never shows up, someone who just picks fights with everyone. We're Christians, but apparently we are still human and don't get along. And then also just some basic things like 7 ways to communicate to your staff. And then I had like how to onboard a new staff member and how to hire a new staff member. So I think what I would probably ultimately do is give something like the 10 interview questions away, and then have like a how to get a new staff member from beginning to end, where to find them, how to interview them, how to, the interview cycle, how to onboard them. Just kind of that whole thing in a toolkit, because I like that word, and with a bow in it.
I love what you shared. It's so great that you know specifically who those churches are, how many members are, and actually, to be at that 300 to 700. I just got back from a church pastor and leader conference, so we talked a lot about this. So you know way more than me, but to get to that 300 to 700 member mark, that's a big milestone at 300.
Yeah.
And things change in the staffing from what I heard
Yes.
at the conference. So I love how you're thinking bigger picture, that you're not just a consultant going in and doing HR and teaching them, but you're thinking big picture. What do I teach over and over? What questions do people keep asking me? And that's what's giving you ideas to, hey, let me create this in an online digital format so that I can email it out, or they can click a button to purchase. And so I think this is great that you came up with your free offer idea and your toolkit. So I love it. For anyone else, did you guys have any feedback from what she was saying? I think it sounded great. I think the interview one would be the one to lead with out of all the ones that you said, because it's really simple. It's easy to digest.
Yeah.
A lot of people I'm sure would want to do that. I know I've looked online for interview questions. I've Googled that for our business. So any other feedback from my panelists? Or do you have a specific question or anything?
Me? Not really. I think just hearing the feedback is good for me. I'm kind of an outward processor. So again, while Melody was talking, I was actually brainstorming different things. And as soon as she said toolkit, I looked down and a bunch of the things kind of fit together. So I literally just thought of that right now. The 10 interview questions was before, but just to see that the interview questions would be enough of a lure maybe for someone to click on it. It's kind of hard because pastors are generally thinking about money, they're thinking about their sermon, and they're thinking about growing their church, and that's pretty much it. Anything else just gets in the way. And so to try to hit them, something that's going to make them stop is difficult.
I think if that is what their goal is, those things that you just said right there, build that then into the title of the headline of the offer for the interview questions, because they're not necessarily going to connect the fact that who they interview is impacting all of those things of their church. Like they're understanding how important that every single person on their staff is to the ultimate success of the church. So when you're still thinking about your headline to grab them, like say those things, and therefore the interview is just the tool that will make it happen. And then I love that you could have an upsell of an entire packaged toolkit as a really inexpensive upsell. Even something like $29, I mean, I think would still be appropriate. But, if the under $20 mark, that again, I guess will just be testing down the road. But I love that. But what you just said about the money, the sermon, and the whatever needs to somehow, I think, be in your title or your subtitle for that opt-in of the questions.
Good. I like that. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just not sure how to get it there, but
no, and I agree, because you want to let them know that you understand what their biggest challenge is. And if you can convey that you understand what their biggest challenge is back to them, then they're going to pay attention. And so whatever you do, you find ways to incorporate that into, because you want them to know what the benefit is of having this. Just Liz had us write down what the benefits are. So having some of that in that, and if that's what their biggest challenge is, then that's what you need to speak to. They don't need to know how they're going to get there. They just need to know that you're going to get them there.
Got it. Ooh, I like that. Awesome. Thank you.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for being one of our hot seat panelists today. And next is going to be Rebecca. And I'm going to, Rebecca, how about while you kind of share what your free offer is? I think everyone in C1 knows what you do, but you can go ahead and share that too, kind of who are those clients you want to work with? Because I know a lot, yes, you have C-Win, but then you also have your coaching business too. Mm-hmm. So I'm sure there's someone going to listen here, like, what do you do when you have two things you love? You have this networking group, and then you also have a coaching business, and how do you work with both of them at the same time? So maybe you can just share a little bit about that. And then I'm going to bring up on my screen your offer, because it's already up online. So we're actually going to look at that when I give some feedback a little later. So go ahead.
Great. No, I've been a coach for Christian women entrepreneurs for 10 years. It'll be 10 years in August. And the Christian Women Entrepreneurs Network group fits that. And so a lot of people will have two businesses, but they don't connect to each other. And my two businesses do connect to each other. And it's almost, it wasn't the intention, but C-Win is also part of my funnel. It helps me get coaching clients. And so the things that I do in C-Win's more than just a networking group. And I don't even like to call it a networking group, but that's what people identify with.
I won't say that ever again.
What's that?
I said, I won't say that ever again. No more networking group.
Well, I mean, it is. I mean, that's what attracts people, because they understand what that is. But then when they find out that we're unique, but it's really kind of a coaching group, right? Because we do more teaching than we do. Yes, we network, and yes, we build relationships. But I want to equip women, and that's part of our tagline is equipping the Christian women entrepreneur to serve purposefully in the marketplace. So I do that through my personal coaching. I do that through the Christian Women Entrepreneurs Network group, the online group, as well as the live in-person local group. And yes, so that's what we do. That's what I do. And then,
Awesome.
and then tying them, tying them together. And sometimes I forget that people may not know that I'm a coach. They know me as the founder. And so that's something that I am working on making more clear. So even with the daily devotions, I changed it to prayer devotion, the title, I changed it to prayer devotion and life application coaching, because I do, in the middle of that, I do some coaching, and I've actually started getting some clients through the devotions, which wasn't the intention. Again, right? We serve and we do, and then we leave the benefits or the results up to God. And so he's blessing, which is great.
Oh, that's excellent. Thanks for sharing all of that. And you can see as I'm talking right now, I have c1network.com up here. You guys can see it, right?
Yes.
Okay, great. So the pop-up, so when I first came here, I didn't want to click X because I want to show you guys this as an example, but when you first come to the website, you have this pop-up. I get them mixed up. Pop up, pop over, pop in. I don't know. These things have these different little names. Which is this one called? Do you know? It's a pop up.
I think it's a pop-up. Yeah.
Pop in. I don't know. Your web developer knows these.
Yeah.
Like,
I think it's a pop-up. Yeah.
yeah. And so this pops up. So sometimes you can have these pop up. Let's say someone's been on your website for a certain period of time, or let's say I go to click X and leave this website. Sometimes a little pop-up will come up, something like this. And so it's just another way. It's very effective. So I remember I'm like, oh, this is annoying. I don't like it when they do this. But when I looked at the numbers and the stats of big companies that had a lot of stats to look, it is very effective to have this on your website or on your landing page and where people are going. So I left this up here. So you can see she has this opt-in here, this pop-up that comes up. Headline is join our community and get a mini course on productivity. It's free. And you put in your first name and your email address and you click to subscribe. One thing with it saying subscribe just first off is subscribe. I feel like that's kind of more like subscribing to like a podcast. Like on iTunes, you click subscribe. So that's the right word for that. Subscribe, you would subscribe to a newsletter. So when you're getting the mini course, I believe you get it instantly. I should have opted in for it so I could see the whole thing, but I believe you get it instantly. So you could change this maybe to get instant access, but you do have two parts here. So there's actually it's join our community and get a mini course. And so that's two different people this is going to appeal to. People that want to have fun and join the community, they want to belong. That's going to be different typically than someone who wants productivity is like, I don't know, sometimes it's different. So sometimes you can put them both together and have like a button text down here that has two different types of people kind of join in, or maybe they both have both those qualities of what they're looking for. And then sometimes you want to be separate. And so I just recommend look at your stats, look and see how many people opted in with it like this. Maybe change one thing, just change the button text through some of the ideas. I actually have another resource here that's a bunch of other button text. Let me just show that to you guys right now. So I just did a Google search, because I know the button text that I typically use all the time, and I want to see, well, what's out there? What are other people using? So I just did a Google search. I think I Googled button text words. Like that's literally what I did, and I found this. So 25 best words to use in your call to action buttons. So you can see their call to action on here: book a demo, sign up, free. And you guys can go here. Let me see, what did I search? Oh yeah, that's all I did. Button text words. That's all I Googled. And then I just clicked on the first one because it looks like that one looked pretty cool. So I recommend maybe going through here, reading this when you guys have a little bit of time. Here's some start, stop, build, join, learn. So when we say join the community, I think join would go up, something like that. Does that kind of give you some ideas?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. And I think I've tried to do too many things at once, and I might have confused myself.
Probably,
Because, right, because your people are opting in. I mean, you're giving them the tool, right, to get them to opt into your email list, and then what they're getting in return could be a newsletter or whatever as well later on down the road. So is it for opting into the newsletter? Is it opting into the email list so that they're getting other things? They're opting in for this free course. So it's I think it might be too multi-purposed.
You got it. I'm glad you brought this up, and I'm so thankful that you were volunteered when I asked to do this, because you have lots of different things going on your website, and it is very easy. I'm sure whoever's listening to this replay, it is easy to get mixed up or just be really clear, but it's really important to segment. When you're doing email marketing, you want to segment your list. So that means that you have your list of people that signed up for the free mini course. You have your list of people that signed up for the newsletter. You have your list of your members. You have your list of those that want to join your community and be a part of your Facebook group. So those are all little free offers that you can have, and you can have multiple free offers. So when you are doing your Facebook Live videos, or you're speaking or meet someone, you say, oh, I have this thing, a mini course, or oh, I have this community online called Christian Women Entrepreneurs Network. Here, go to this link here and you can opt in, and then they get the email with the link to go to the Facebook group. So there's a bunch of different ideas there. So let me click off of this and you guys can see this is where her course is. And so what's really, really great, just more advanced online strategy, is when you have a website, you want your free offer to be above the fold. What that means is that I don't have to scroll down to look at your free offer. When I go to your website, I immediately can see your free offer.
Liz,
Oh, I'm breaking up. Can you guys hear me? Am I still breaking up? Rebecca, can you guys hear me okay?
yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah?
I don't know if it was just me or if everybody was having that problem, but I didn't hear what you said. I think you were talking about the what's above the fold. I could
Yes.
read in between the lines.
Yes. So what you did really awesome is your free offer is above the fold. And so you just want to make the user experience just really easy. And so those of you that are looking at a website, make sure you have at least one free offer up here. And there's different ways to do free offers. When you have it up here, it can be a big picture where they click on the picture and it takes them to a page where they put in their name and their email, or you can have it be like this. And so let's take a look. So her headline is Productivity 3-part mini course. Here's her benefits. Find your purpose zone. Take control of your time. Stop feeling scattered and spread thin. Okay, so taking a look at the productivity, let's just start at the first part here. Productivity mini course. Another cool tool that I found while preparing for this class is right here. I showed this to you guys earlier. The #1 headline analyzer. Okay, so what I did is I opted in. So I already wrote in my information, but they actually asked me for a lot of information, but it said that if I put in my information, I never had to sign up for it again. So they asked me for a lot, which typically you just ask them for their name and their email, but they asked me for my name, my email, my website, and what type of business do I have, like an agency and then a second opt-in came up and said, okay, before we show you the analyzing part, why are you interested in headlines? So they got a lot of information for me because I'm preparing to teach you guys right now. So what I did is I just typed in here, Productivity 3-part mini course, analyze now. So down here, I don't know if maybe I can take a screenshot of this for you, Rebecca. I just thought this was kind of a cool tool just to check out and use. I mean, you guys have to opt in, but I know there are some other tools that I've used in the past, but this one just seemed really cool and new. But so they gave this headline, let's see, 34. So I don't know if that means 34 days that it's been up. I'm not sure. But here we go. What they're doing is they're looking at word balance, headline types. Here's some tips. So this even goes way more in depth than what I went through. So I recommend take a look at them. This is a great opt-in. Like I opted into it, and so that's a great way to just learn, what's working, what's not, is to opt into other people's opt-ins and check it out. So they're saying it's a little too short. So they're using some kind of algorithm. Everything that I saw when I reviewed this earlier looks like it was pretty good. So it goes through a lot of different stuff, and it shows you what it looks like. So it's a pretty long report on here. So I just thought that was kind of interesting to check out. I'll have to look and see if I can find, there's another one that I really liked to use with headline analyzers. But for me, analyzers are great, but what works best is to test it out and to track your numbers. Like once you get to 100 of opt-ins, track them and see, are they opting into the next thing that you're offering? So after they get the free mini course and they get instant access to that, and they're getting your emails and they're opening them, are they opting into the next thing? Which I don't know if it's the CWIN membership or if it's a coaching session or another free thing or an action planner, but whatever it is, you can just get that data and go on there. So productivity mini course, I'm looking at these little bullets down here. So I think this headline, I like it. It's really clear. Anyone else who's on the panelist, you want to unmute yourself, and if you have any ideas for the productivity mini course headline, and maybe if you've opted into it and you've used it, see if you have an idea for Rebecca.
I don't have anything particularly for this one that you're showing right here. I love it. I think it's like so clear, so crisp. It's really visually appealing. Like I think it's wonderful. I think the tips that I had was from the pop-up that came in. So I don't know if you want to talk about the pop-up at all, Liz, or if we want to focus on this.
And share the pop-up.
Okay, so the pop-up wasn't very visually appealing, and honestly, I feel like part of it was the font that was used for the text, and the font that was used for the pop-up text does not match the fonts that I'm seeing here of the CWIN page. And so that might be something just for cohesiveness. And also, I feel like, it needs to be really intentional what you have. You only have 2 lines of text really to really grab someone's attention. And I feel like using all those characters at the end that said ... it's free, I feel like that's a moot point. Like when a pop-up or an offer is coming, it's an assumption that it's free because they're already knowing that they're wanting my email address because they want to give me something for free. So I feel like you could take those ending characters away and use that extra space to make your headline juicier, because knowing what the CWIN community is, I would be like, join hundreds or, over 1,000 thriving Christian women entrepreneurs in our amazing online group or whatever. Like that headline to capture these women could just be so much juicier that really lets them know, like, we're an active community. We're an active and thriving community of Christian businesswomen. And I don't feel that headline made me know that at all. I wouldn't even be interested to get the 3-part mini, like that pop-up does no justice. This one here on the homepage, like that's definitely way more appealing. And I'm wondering what your conversion rates are anyway. I would assume that they're quite good for this one here on the homepage versus the pop-up. I don't know if that feedback is helpful, but that was
good.
My initial thoughts.
No, that's good. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, we're just, we just kind of put this together and put it up there and looking for feedback and playing around with different things, because again, I think it's too, trying to capture too many things at once. I just really need to, I fall victim of my own coaching. I need to coach myself and be more focused.
Great. great.
So yeah.
Oh, sorry.
Thank you, Dr. Melody.
I was just going to throw in that, yeah, I feel like that has two different things that it asked me to do, and they're at two different levels. The free thing, I collect free things like I collect seashells. I just think it's awesome. So, like, I would totally opt in for the free thing. But when you ask me to join something, that's like to me, that's like the next level of the funnel. That
Right.
I'd be like, I don't want to join. I'm already a part of a lot of stuff, you know. So it just depends, I guess, how you utilize that information. I definitely would recommend doing one or the other, because I feel like if I sign up for the free thing, I feel like the join part, if I wasn't interested in that at this point, I feel like that is the strings attached kind of feeling
Right.
of it.
Mhm.
Yeah, I totally love though your free giveaway. In fact, the second that she popped that up, I wrote it down because I'm like, oh, I'm going to go get that. You know, because we all want to be more productive and less stressed and, you know, have more time in the day. So no, I think that's a fantastic free givey there.
Good. And I just realized what it doesn't say is that it's a video course. So it's a video course. So it's a freebie with 3 videos that you get over 3 days in email. And then inside each freebie is another freebie. So inside each video is one of these that you see on the screen: a goal planning worksheet, an ideal week schedule worksheet, and your purpose zone worksheet. So the video is talking about it, and then it gives you another tool. So really you're getting kind of 6 things within that. So
I almost feel like if you do it like at a 3-part video, I almost feel like then part of those emails can be, you know, that you're selling the next level, which is join our community or whatnot, you know, in regards to it as well. Because once I saw the videos, I'd be like, oh, these are kind of cool. I like this. Okay, maybe I will join their community.
Okay, good feedback. Thank you.
Yeah, those are great. I really like that feedback about the join, and that's absolutely right. There's certain words that just feel like more commitment, and join is definitely one of them. And join is really popular right now, like join our movement. But typically when it says join, I think join is great for purchasing. It's like kind of a bigger commitment. And so probably what would be great is you can put the watch the watch now right here. If they get it instantly, if it comes just in an email, maybe watch now or instant access isn't going to work. But if on the thank you page it has like video number 1, you could say get instant access to the video, get instant access now, watch the video now. You could add the video over here or something. But I didn't realize that you get these too. So maybe adding the bullets down here. One other piece, we talked about using first person. So find my purpose zone. Take control of my time. Stop feeling, this one doesn't have one, but if you switch your to my, that will be more effective as well.
Okay.
Yeah, but great work. Thank you so much for being on the hot seat. Do you have any other questions for me, Rebecca?
No, I've got a lot I've got a lot to process here, and Tasha is going to be listening to this as well in the replay, and so Tasha and I will be doing some brainstorming and refining this. And this has been really, really helpful. So I appreciate it so much.
You're
And
welcome.
I hope by being on the hot seat here as the CWIN founder, putting myself on the hot seat, I hope that's been useful to you all as well.
Oh, absolutely. I'm sure the other panelists could say, I think it's always great when us as the leader, like we put ourselves on the hot seat sometimes, not always, because we want to be the leader and like lead and teach, but sometimes it is kind of good just to bring it on. But I really I wanted just 3 different women that have different types of businesses to come on, be on the hot seat, that are different spots with their free offers and what they're doing. So that you could get more inspired to create your free offer and just get some ideas of different ways to do it, because we're all created uniquely. We all have unique businesses or ministries or nonprofits, and our clients are all created uniquely too. And so one way doesn't fit for everything, and it takes some time to test and try things out and look at the numbers and until you figure out what's going to work best. But so just again, if you wanted to check out this tool that I found online, you can check that out. But what I think works best is you just try it yourself and choose words. So here's that other blog post that I got. So one more, let me just show one more slide and then we'll wrap things up. But, oops.
Real quick, Liz, can I ask a question?
Yes.
And I know that we have some direct sales business owners that will be watching this. And how does that, will that work? And I think I know the answer to the question, but because they already have their whole platform through whatever their business is, and I'm encouraging people to brand themselves within their businesses. So just, can you give just a brief statement on how these are important also to a network marketer, direct sales business owner?
Yes, that was a great question. And I actually really wanted to have a direct seller on here live, so we'd have another example, but it didn't work out. So yes, absolutely, with direct sellers, it is important to build that personal brand. So just what you said, just like a coach would brand themselves, or us as an agency, we're branding ourselves. You want to do the same thing with your network marketing business. And so what I really recommend for network marketers is to have that personal brand that's like your name. So it could be your personal name, because it doesn't matter if you grow and maybe you change and you start having kids and you're now more into fitness than you are into nutrition, or you switch and you're like, you know what, I want to be a business coach now. If it's your brand and your name, then you can grow and evolve and move into wherever you're going. So I think it is so important to do that. And especially now, from what I've seen, I've done network marketing in the past. My husband has 2 very successful 6 figures in 3 months, like big, like that's not normal stories. And so we both have been around that industry a lot. And I've coached a lot of network marketers when I used to coach for Mia Davies. And she used to work just with network marketers. Now she's working with Christian coaches and helping them have a more successful coaching business. But when I was coaching for her back then, I worked with a lot of network marketers and creating that personal brand and molding their story and creating free offers that would lead them to purchasing the products or that would lead to joining their business. So yeah, I totally agree. That is really, really important. And I wish we had more time to talk about this, but does anyone else have any more feedback? If you've worked with network marketing companies that have you've just really loved someone's personal brand, but they were a network marketer, come to find out?
Well, I'm working with a couple right now that I'm helping personally brand. And so that was why I asked the question, because I think that they don't think that having a freebie pertains to them, but as we're helping them brand themselves within their industry and set themselves apart, there are lots of ideas for free offers I think that they can use. And so,
The reason why it's really important is, I mean, even if you're an employee, you never know if you might lose your job, or maybe the network marketing company might go under. Like our companies could just go under one day. You never know what's going to happen. Someone could die, the owner, and then everything goes under. We had a good friend that they were making $10,000 a month with their network marketing health company, and come to find out, some people at the top made a bad decision, and overnight gone. Wow. That income just gone out the door, and he wasn't personal branded, so he couldn't take care of his family. All those people that signed up under him were mad at him now. This happened with Robert when he built up that big company. The company had stuff happen and it went under. And so if you have a personal brand, your people are following you because they love you. They want to come to you for advice. They trust you. So if you switch to another network marketing company, which a lot of people do, your people don't care because they like you and they're following you. If the company goes under, who cares? If you decide to be a coach, well, you already built a personal brand. If you decide to switch directions, oh, that's great. Like your people keep following you and you move. So like with Mia, she was more branded around video marketing for network marketers and how do you build a business when you live in a little baby town and you've already signed up as many people in your little town. How do you get out there online? Well, she did it through video marketing, and then she sold network marketing, video marketing courses. But then she stopped doing network marketing. And then she's like, well, I don't want to keep coaching network marketers. Let me teach people how to do online marketing. And she moved to online marketers. And then now she's just moved in since she got saved 3 years ago. Now she's working with just Christian women coaches. So she got really niched. So her brand evolved because it was underneath her name, Mia Davies. So hopefully that gives you some support, and definitely network marketers, everything that I shared here today. And if you're a speaker or you have a ministry, this all applies to you. And things are changing. I have some great friends that are very successful in network marketing and direct sales, and they are saying things are changing. And the way to build your business locally isn't as effective anymore. And so it doesn't really help to have an online strategy as well as your local strategy and meeting people at just around town or at church and stuff like that. So you kind of want to have both. So yeah. Any other questions, ladies? Okay, cool. Well, let me just share really quick next step. We ran a little bit over, but I thank you guys for still staying on here. I'll be really quick on this. Let me share my screen. So next step, oh, there it is. Okay, so next step, if you guys want to, you can go to rebelfishlocal.com/CWIN22S. So that stands for 22 Social. So what I see as next steps, so I'm all about, let's break things up and do things step by step. So we started off this month by thinking about a free offer. What is a free offer that you could have? Whether you're a network marketer, if you're a speaker, a coach, you have a health business, a business coach, you have a nonprofit, a ministry, you're a minister at a church. What is something free you can give away so you can build a relationship? Then today we talked about landing page copy and the button text and the benefit points. So we talked about that. So once you have that stuff, the next step is to put that up online. So what I want to do is I'm going to be doing 2 group online classes, kind of like what we did today, where there's a max of 10 ladies. So today we had 3 or 4 ladies that were on here on the panelists. So we'll have a max of 10 spots for this because I want to keep it small so that everyone gets support. And we'll be doing 2 online group classes. These will be done with you style. So we will be jumping into the software that I'm recommending, which is 22 Social. I'll be giving you a free 30-day trial. Oh, I misspelled that. That's okay. A free 30-day trial is what I'll be giving you. And then if you want to continue on that on 22 Social, they typically charge $30. I actually have an agency account. So all the 22 Social pages that I'm doing, I'll be sharing with you actually a better deal than $30 a month if you sign up for this, because we have an agency account with them. But it will be 2 online classes, 60 minutes each. It'll be done with you, and you'll be setting up your free offer. So now when I originally planned this class, I was going to be helping you set up your free offer and your paid offer, your paid product. But from what I saw is that many of y'all that signed up for this class before today, when I reached out, you had not done your free offer set up yet. So depending on who signs up for this class, will either be just setting up your free offer. But if many of you guys already went to Canva, you made your PDF, you're all ready to go, then we'll go a little bit more advanced and we will work on setting up your paid program too. So as you saw the panelists, it looks like mostly everyone here is doing a free offer and a paid digital online offer. And so we'll be doing that. So I'm open to do that. Now, if your learning style is more one-on-one, done with you style, like you want to learn how to do something one-on-one, you want to see how to set it up online, you want to learn so that you can do it yourself. You'll be getting that all in the group, but maybe your style is just one-on-one is better for you. I have this offer, and it's 30-minute strategy session. So we'll game plan, just kind of like how we did in this hot seat. We'll really get in there. I'll have a questionnaire for you to fill out so that I can do some research and put a strategy together for you, so we know exactly what your headlines are, your bullet points, everything is all ready to go. And then we'll take 60 minutes and I'll walk you through how to set up your free offer in 22 Social. I'm going to record this for you. The group class will be also recorded, but this will be just one-on-one so that you get the help that you need and have a recorded video so you can refer back to it. Or if you have an assistant like Rebecca, you can give it to your assistant and then they can be responsible for creating these pages for your new free offers or paid offers. You'll also get 30-day free trial of 22 Social. And then that's $250. And just send me a personal message on Facebook if you want this. And I'm totally cool splitting that into like 2 or 3 payments, whatever helps you out, so that you can just get started. So those are the 2 offers. This one is $250 for one-on-one, or if you want to do the group, it's 2 online classes for $97. So that's everything that I have for you guys today. And so I appreciate you for being here. I will be around in the Facebook group. So if you have questions, definitely reach out to me on Facebook. And this was really fun. Thanks for staying here on Friday night. I hope you guys enjoy your weekend and the holiday. And I will see you guys at Dr. Melody's class, right? On Wednesday coming up.
Coming
So
one
thank
next
you.
Wednesday. Bye.
Thanks.
Thanks, Liz.